Welcome to Rekognition and Comprehend, AI without the ML. This video focuses on using pre-built AI APIs to accelerate product feature development. We will cover image analysis with Rekognition and text understanding with Comprehend, complete with real-world use cases and hands-on pipeline patterns. This program is brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team as part of the AWS for Product Team series.
Today, we're covering three areas: the product manager angle, focusing on how pre-built APIs act as accelerators; the developer angle, addressing pipelines for moderation and feedback; and the key decision on when to choose pre-built APIs over custom training. The core insight is that most AI features don't require a custom model. AWS offers battle-tested APIs for common problems like content moderation and sentiment analysis. Start with pre-built, measure accuracy, and only invest in custom training if the gap significantly impacts users. The pre-built AI advantage means you can ship in days, not months, without data scientists or training infrastructure. These models are battle-tested at scale. You benefit from pay-per-call pricing and require no dedicated ML team, as back-end engineers can integrate the APIs directly. Amazon Rekognition is AWS's computer vision API. It analyzes images and video to detect objects, faces, scenes, text, and unsafe content. It provides the visual understanding for a wide range of product features without needing model code. Rekognition offers 6 major capabilities via a single API call, including content moderation, face detection and analysis, and object and scene detection. It also handles text and images, face comparison, and video analysis asynchronously. Real product use cases for Rekognition include UGC content moderation to flag or auto-reject explicit imagery. Identity verification compares selfies to ID photos, and product photo tagging automatically labels and categorizes images. This is the architecture for a content moderation pipeline. The process is robust and async first, handling bursty uploads using S3, SQS, and Lambda. It keeps the user experience fast by decoupling the moderation check from the upload response. The core API is detect moderation labels, returning hierarchical labels with confidence scores. This allows for coarse or fine-grained moderation rules based on parent or child labels for nuanced policy enforcement. Before building a Rekognition feature, consider this PM checklist. Does the use case fit a defined capability? What accuracy is acceptable? Do you have a human review fallback? And importantly, have you tested it on your actual production data? Amazon Comprehend is AWS's natural language processing API. It reads text and returns structured insights like sentiment, named entities, key phrases, and language detection without needing to build or train a model. It's ideal for making sense of unstructured text at scale. Comprehend offers sentiment analysis and entity extraction for granular text insight. It also provides key phrase extraction for tagging and summarization, and topic modeling for grouping documents. It even supports custom classification when built-in categories don't fit. Comprehend use cases include feedback triage to auto-route negative support tickets. App review analysis spots trending themes and sentiment shifts. Sales call intelligence extracts entities and sentiment from transcripts, turning conversations into searchable product signals. The sentiment and entity pipeline is a serverless, event-driven architecture. Running extraction in parallel keeps latency low. Storing results in DynamoDB allows you to query the enriched dataset without reprocessing the original text, turning unstructured text into a queryable asset. Detect sentiment and detect entities are key Comprehend APIs. Both are synchronous for short text, returning results in milliseconds. For bulk processing, use Comprehend's asynchronous batch jobs to avoid per-call overhead. True product value comes from routing feedback intelligently by combining sentiment with entity context. For negative sentiment about a feature, auto-route it to the relevant product squad. Positive sentiment matching a competitor can be flagged for the sales team as competitive intelligence. Mixed sentiment should be queued for human review. AWS Lambda serves as the glue layer for these integrations. It triggers API calls, parses responses, applies business logic like routing rules, and writes results to downstream services. Lambda is ideal because it scales to zero, incurring no idle cost, and its functions are short-lived, minimizing execution costs. For production workloads, especially at scale, async processing with SQS is critical for resilience. An S3 upload event sends a message to SQS, which absorbs traffic spikes. Lambda then pulls the queue, invokes Rekognition, and retries on failure, ensuring durability. Finally, the result is stored, and high-confidence violations are auto-removed. A critical decision point is evaluating accuracy before committing to a pre-built API. Since pre-built APIs are trained on general data, testing on your specific production data is essential. This is the decision gate that prevents costly rework later on. To run an accuracy evaluation, first collect a representative sample of real production data. Next, manually label the ground truth to set your benchmark. Run the API on every sample to collect the raw response and scores. Then, calculate precision, recall, and F1 score, focusing on false positives and false negatives. Finally, tune the confidence threshold to find the acceptable trade-off and document it. Understanding the accuracy trade-off is crucial. For content moderation, minimize false negatives, accepting a lower threshold to flag more content. For identity verification, minimize false positives, using a high threshold to auto-approve less. Sentiment routing requires balancing both, often defaulting ambiguous cases to human review. The decision framework for pre-built versus custom is based on your accuracy evaluation. Only invest in a custom model when the accuracy gap is large enough to impact the user experience, and you have the data and capacity to close that gap. Practical accuracy thresholds guide the decision. If pre-built accuracy is above 90%, ship it, perhaps with a human fallback for the bottom 10%. If it's between 75 and 90%, tune the threshold and monitor. For 60 to 75%, evaluate the feasibility of a custom model. Below 60%, a custom solution is likely required. Comprehend custom classification is used when built-in categories don't match your domain, such as classifying support tickets. It works by uploading a CSV of text and label pairs to S3, triggering a training job without needing code or servers, and exposing it as a standard API endpoint. For specific image domains, Rekognition custom labels extends the API. You upload and label images in the console, then train the model without ML expertise. After evaluation, deploy the custom model endpoint and call it just like the standard Detect Labels API. When scaling, consider costs. Rekognition charges per image analyzed, typically $0.001 to $0.002 at scale. Comprehend charges per 100 characters, around $0.0001 per call for short feedback. The Lambda and SQS glue layer overhead is usually negligible compared to the AI API costs. This end-to-end serverless architecture handles image moderation and intelligent text routing without a single custom model. It costs a fraction of custom ML infrastructure and can be deployed quickly, requiring only ongoing threshold monitoring. Ongoing monitoring is essential. Track the false positive rate to ensure incorrect flagging remains acceptable. For moderation, monitor the escape rate of bad content. Verify sentiment routing accuracy weekly, and keep an eye on API cost per unit, setting billing alarms. The bottom line is to default to pre-built APIs for most AI features. Test on your data first, and understand that the confidence threshold is a product decision reflecting your tolerance for false positives versus false negatives. In the next video, Module 5, Episode 3, we will cover SageMaker for product teams, when to go custom, discussing training data strategy and model deployment patterns for when pre-built APIs reach their accuracy ceiling.